Where do I start and where do I begin when it comes to my live streams or any other stream I do? But it don't matter. Where it I do gaming streams, I just don't know how to do my intro when it comes to normal streams like this. Sorry y'all. Forgive me on that one. Anyways, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on which time zone you're living in. It's your boy Mystic Neil back with another live stream, aka a banger live stream for you today. How's everybody doing on this wonderful Friday? That's right, today is Friday, ladies and gentlemen. You just can survive yourself another week of school, work, or any type of thing you're getting out of. And here's Mystic Neil with another great news for y'all today. Technically, there's been a lot of news. First of all, last month was April. How did everybody enjoy this? How did everybody enjoy the Dragon Ball Battle Hour? Because I surely did. I've watched the whole entire thing when it happened, and I enjoyed every last moment of it. Keep in mind, I know it's a lot of people that are basically going to be talking about, oh, it was probably terrible and all that and the other. Like, look, I enjoyed every last moment of it because I've watched the whole entire thing while it was live, and I had no issues about it. And technically, we're basically going to be getting some newer stuff, such as Xenoverse 3 being announced. I already have it on my wish list. We're getting a new DLC for Xenoverse 2, the final DLC, and we're getting some new content for Dokkan Battle and a couple of other stuff. And we're also going to be getting new content for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero new DLC will be coming out in the summer. I'm excited about it. I'm excited for all the new Dragon Ball content, and of course, we got another trailer for the Beerus Dragon Ball Super Beerus remake, alongside of a teaser of Resurrection F, which means that we're going to be hearing the lovely voice actor Damien playing the role of Frieza. It's going to be epic. And of course, the original voice actor of Beerus playing that role as well. I'm excited about it. But yeah, I'm really excited about this new content that they're going to be doing for Dragon Ball. And of course, plain people don't know is that next month is basically going to be the summer, the first month of summer. And what's special about the summer exactly? New movies, new content, and of course, the Summer Game Fest 2026. I'm excited to watch the whole entire thing, and I can't wait to see what they're really going to show off for the Summer Game Fest. Because I know they said that there's a possibility we could be seeing some more Xenoverse 3 trailer, another Xenoverse 3 trailer, maybe another Sparking Zero trailer, and of course, possibly some other content as well. Those are the only things that are on my prediction list. Those are my predictions. Excuse me, pardon me. I had to drink some water. Hashtag stay hydrated 2026. Anyways, like I was saying, I'm actually excited for the Summer Game Fest. I don't know if there's anybody else out there that's going to be excited for the Summer Game Fest, but I am. And keep in mind, the Summer Game Fest is about to be one of the biggest events of all because they do this like once a year for every single summer, for every year in the summer. Excuse me. Pardon me, I just ate before I did all this. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Had to burp again. Excuse me on that one. And yeah, I'm actually excited about it. Not to mention that there's also not only that there's gonna be some not only that there's gonna be some new content like that, but there's also some newer things going around, such as new Transformer news and of course a new He-Man live action movie coming out on June 5th alongside of a new scary movie, which is, the parody scary movie that's made by the Wayne brothers. Yes, there's a new one coming out known as Scary Movie 6 that's coming out on June 5th alongside the exact same day as the new He-Man live action movie. And yes, Blimpy already asking me what movies did I go see last month. Well, like I said, I already saw the Dragon Ball Battle Hour event. Me, me on the other hand, I enjoyed going to two seeing. I can't even speak. I went to the movies last month in April to go see two movies I was looking forward to, and what are these two movies, y'all ask? Well, the first movie that I went to go see in April was the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Me and my grandma went to go see the Super Mario Galaxy movie. We had fun. It was amazing. I loved everything about that movie. I'm not gonna spoil it for those that haven't seen it. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Otherwise, you have been warned. But I ain't gonna put out any spoilers because I ain't trying to get in trouble or anything like that. Just know it's a great movie. Y'all should go check it out. It's a 10 out of 10 movie in my opinion. Would recommend watching it over and over again. I had fun. I had fun watching that movie. And then, of course, the second movie I went to go see in April was the Michael Jackson movie. Yes, the biopic Michael Jackson movie. I went to go see that in April on the day that it came out. And not only I went to go see it, I went to go see it with my mom, and we both had a blast. It was a 2 hour. It was a 2 hour. I can't even speak. It was a 2 hour movie. We had fun. We basically had a blast watching that movie all the way until the end. We stayed around for the credits, and they was playing a lot of good music at the credit scene, and we were just vibing. We were just having a good time. Because keep in mind, me and my mom were basically true Michael Jackson fans. We're like 100% true Michael Jackson fans. Because she loves Michael Jackson. I love Michael Jackson. She put me on to Michael Jackson. And it was a good movie. I'm not going to spoil that one. Just know it was a good movie. And they're putting it back on in the theaters this weekend and for the weekend for those that haven't, got to see it though. Because trust me, it's a good movie. The next movie on the list is going to go see the Mandalorian Grogu movie that's coming out this month on May 22nd, 2026. And not only to that, there's also a new thing from Burger King where they have the Mandalorian Grogu meal. And I'm gonna try that out when I get a chance. Because I kept seeing advertisements of it all over television and all over YouTube and stuff like that. And I even saw the trailer being advertised multiple times in a row. So I was like, you know what? I have to try this shit. I have to try this meal. It basically looks good. But plenty of people are going to be asking me how I'm going to feel. How am I going to feel about the Summer Game Fest? Honestly, I don't know. I'm just going to have to wait and see on what they really have to offer for this one. Excuse me, pardon me. Because this is the biggest event that everybody's going to be looking forward to. And, I'm really having a blast. Excuse, excuse me. Sorry, I'm a little bit sleepy. I've been really occupied. And yes, if you have not seen my post on YouTube on my YouTube channel, I made a post and I apologize to people that I couldn't get to live stream last night. Because some people are probably going to be like, Mystic, how come you didn't go live last night? You were supposed to give us a live stream last night. We waited for this long. You didn't give us a live stream. Like, look, I apologize. I was sleepy. Keep in mind, I had to work yesterday and I was extreme. And then by the time I got home from work, I was extremely tired. I was like tired as hell. I couldn't be able to do anything. I was tired as fuck. Like as soon as I, handled everything else out, and by the time I laid on my bed, it was game over. I was knocked out. And then by the time I woke up, it was like 5 in the morning, so I decided to stay awake the whole entire day. But yeah, don't worry. Like I said, I switched that event to Sunday instead because that's my old school Sunday live streams. Because sometimes I'll do those streams on that day, and sometimes I won't because it depends on my work schedule and all that, and plus with other events happening. And what was I trying to say? Yeah, it's a lot of I basically, yeah, I already put out a voting poll on my Instagram page as well, letting people know what game should I play for next Monday. Because considering, like I said, I got Metal Slug 3 live stream happening for Sunday, I'm basically going to be asking people, uh, I'm basically going to be asking people, because I've put out a voting poll on my Instagram page, and I'm already letting people know which game y'all want me to play for next Monday. And I'm already keeping an eye out on my voting poll, so you don't have to worry about any of it. But I don't even know what else to say because it's been a while since I haven't spoke to y'all. Because I understand people are busy these days. Everybody got school and going to work and all that kind of stuff. I can understand that. Because to me, I'm clearly just a working guy. I ain't got no school or nothing. I graduated back in 2022, which was high school year. I graduated in that year. And then the other thing to it is that I don't have anything to worry about on that one. And then excuse me. But the other part about it is that I basically ain't got to worry about school because I did went to college. Like, um, I went to college back in 2024, then I dropped out because it was too much for me. And plus, it was expensive as heck. So I had no other option but to drop out. I decided to drop out of college for a reason because I wanted to focus on my main job and focusing on spending time with family and all that. And of course, spending time with y'all as well on YouTube, which is also my job. 2012. Yo, I respect you, my man, Cody. I didn't expect to see you hopping on the stream. How you doing, man? I heard about your Instagram account being on a bad situation. I heard about all that. Hopefully you'll do good, man. But yeah, you graduated in 2012. That's actually crazy though, because 2012, I was still in elementary. I can't remember. Um, I'm trying to remember though. I'm trying to remember what grade I was in when it was 2012. Exactly. That's why I like live streaming on YouTube for a reason instead of just being on Instagram. Because they tell Muslim, in order to live stream on Instagram, you got to have 1,000 followers. That's just ridiculous. That's a long time to get there. But I don't remember what grade I was in when it came to 2012 because that was a long time ago. I was probably like a little kid when I was in 2012, and I'm pretty sure I was probably like in like maybe the third or fourth grade at that time. I don't even remember. It's been a long time since I haven't thought about 2012. I don't remember the year. I don't remember that year of 2012. That was like so way back, man. Yeah, I know they made a new rule. That was like last year, and it was quite ridiculous. That's why I sticked around on YouTube. That's why I do both at the same time though, because the reason why I do both is because sure, YouTube is fun than Instagram, but now at this kind of moment to what's really going on is that YouTube is also getting more strict as well. So I have to be aware of what I'm doing and I have to be aware of what I'm saying and I have to be aware of what I'm posting and uploading and all that. So, yeah. But yeah, 2012, I don't even remember that year, man. Yeah, I can agree about Twitch though. I haven't been on Twitch in a while. The only time I be on Twitch is if I'm basically watching like other people playing games and watching Queso and all that, because he's also one of my favorite streamers. Um, but yeah, I don't remember where I was in 2012. All I remember is that I was basically in school and all that, and just doing my own thing. And 2012, that was like a long. Hold on. Yeah, I can agree. Because let's see. I'm trying to count. Let's see. 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012. Dang, by the time you graduate, when you graduated 2012, I was like 10 years old in 2012. That's crazy. I was 10 years old when you graduated in 2012. I was 10 years old at that year. That's crazy. That was crazy. I was like 10 years old. I don't even remember how old my siblings were at that year, but I only remember that I was 10 years old on that year. That lets you know I don't that lets you know I'm getting a little bit old, man. That lets you know I'm getting a little bit old because I don't keep track of shit like that. Oh yeah, I can understand that one. I can really understand that, man. Yeah, I can really understand that, man, because it's basically just a whole lot of stuff going on. And I already told people that I might plan on live streaming on June 5th, but I'm not entirely sure about my agenda for June 5th because I know that I'm gonna be because I already told people I forgot to tell people this is that for May 30th, I will be busy on that day, so I won't be streaming May 30th. There won't be any live stream on May 30th because that's my mom's birthday and I'll be spending time with my mom on her birthday. And then for June 2nd, I don't know what's going on that day, but I know that's my sister's birthday and I want to spend time with her on that day because, she my sister. So I got to spend time with my siblings. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I'll try my best to be able to put out some streams for y'all as best as I can. Dang, you were 18. You were 18 years old in 2012. I was 10 years old in 2012. That's fucking crazy, man. Oh, excuse me. That lets you know I'm getting old because I can't keep track of that kind of shit, man. Like, damn. Sorry, I'm looking at some games on the PlayStation Store, and I'm realizing they just dropped R-Type DX, and I'm like, I remember playing this game on the emulator. I've beaten this game a handful of times on the emulator, and I did not know that they were at. I did not know that they were adding this. I did not know that they were adding this on there. Yeah, that's 100% understandable because in 2012, I can't remember what grade I was in. I was probably like still in the third grade because we kept on moving so much. But for my siblings, I could say they were probably in elementary as well. So that's quite a tough thing on that. But dang, graduating in 2012, I did not expect that. Oh, okay, so you're in the same age rank as you're in the same age as my other brother, which is Michael. You're in the same age as him, so I can understand that one. That's really crazy, man. Because I already told people that I'm gonna be occupied for the whole entire month of May and June. Because I know that the Summer Game Fest is happening. I'm gonna be watching that entire live stream when it happens. Because on June 4th, I'll put out my final predictions. I'll see if I can do a stream on that one, putting out my final predictions, and once that happens, then I'll see if I can watch the whole entire thing for myself. So, yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm just looking at the different kind of games that they just put on here, and I did not know that R-Type DX just got added on here. Like I'm waiting on R-Type 3, R-Type Dimensions 3, but dang, I didn't know they were gonna add another one. I already added it on my wish list, so I didn't expect that. That lets me know I don't keep up with stuff. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to the Sparking Zero DLC. I can't wait to see what more characters they're going to be showing off for the next trailer. Hopefully, hopefully though, I'm still keeping my predictions. I still got my final predictions all set up though, because I don't know what to expect from what they're going to be adding, what character they're going to be adding on there alongside with the costumes and everything. I already put on my predictions for the costumes. I'm just putting in my final predictions about the characters. The way I'm looking back on, the rosters and everything. I just want to know exactly what they really going to be adding on there and who are they going to be putting in there. I just need to know that one. Because I already told people I will try my best to go back to Sparking Zero after the DLC comes out. And if I can save up some money to be able to buy that DLC, that'll be a great time for me. That would literally be a great time for me. I would basically be happy to enjoy the whole entire thing. Because I know that they want to put in some more characters, but what about the GT characters is what I'm asking. Like, oh yeah, the Mandalorian Grogu movie. I'm excited about that one though. Because I don't know if we're gonna go to the theaters to see it or not, because I'm probably still gonna be working on that day. So I'm gonna have to recheck my schedule for that one. I would love to see some Super Dragon Ball Hero characters being added into Sparking Zero. That would be a good thing for them to do that, though, if they were to do it. But if they were to do it, then hey, I wouldn't be mad about it, though. It would depend on what characters that they would pick from Super Dragon Ball Heroes, because there's so many of them to pick out from. Because I've already watched that whole entire series when it first came out, and I've gotten completely caught up on everything, including the last arc that they dropped, and it was very phenomenal with that last arc, though. It was amazing. But as for like final predictions about what characters they could add, if they add GT characters and all that kind of stuff, give us GT Goten. That's all I'm asking for. Like y'all adding GT Trunks, and I can respect that. Y'all adding Nova Shenron, but where's Ice Shenron? Where's GT Goten? Where's GT Gohan? Add them into that game, into that DLC, and I'll be okay about that. I won't be mad about it. But as for the costumes, give us the BoJack movie Trunks outfit. That's all I'm asking for. All I'm asking for is the BoJack movie version of Trunks. That's all I'm asking. I want that outfit because that's one of my favorite outfits from Trunks from that movie, where he has the long hair and he has the sleeveless jacket. I want that outfit in that game for that DLC. If they don't add that on there, I don't know what I'll do. I'm not gonna say anything. I mean, I'll just accept it. But hey, that's up to them. I'm not gonna be mad about anything as long as they do their job correctly. Yeah, I can agree about that. I can agree about that. Like, I want to see the Super Dragon Ball Heroes version of Bardock added on there alongside with Goku and Vegeta. And I would also love to see Xeno Goku and Xeno Vegeta. Those are absolutely one of my favorite characters, considering that both of them can transform into multiple transformations, and of course, doing having two fusions, which is Xeno Gogeta and Xeno Vegito. I would love to see that. Don't know what other character they could add. Probably the alternate version of Future Gohan from that little tournament event that they had. I would love to see that one. And I would definitely love to see I would also love to see I don't even know who else I was gonna be thinking on. Because I don't know. I could see some people probably making some mods out of those characters, but I don't know. What if we're gonna be getting that stuff happening or not? Overall, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, that's what I'm realizing. Like they're adding half of these shadow dragon. They only added a few shadow dragons on here, but I'm like, where's the rest of them at? Like, why y'all not adding the rest of the shadow dragons? If y'all are gonna have the GT squad on there, where's the rest of the shadow dragons? Is what I'm asking about. Why y'all didn't add them in there? Like y'all know I'll basically go on a whole entire rant about that because it's the freaking roster. I can go on a rant about any single Sparking Zero character they didn't even add on there. I can go on a whole entire rant about that, and people would still have an issue about it, but I won't. If they were to add that version of Goku Black in the Sparking Zero, then hey, I won't be mad about that one. Because I forgot how crazy he was in the original show. But if they were to give us Gohan Black from the What If story, I would be okay about Gohan Black because that's a character that they should have added on in that game and that they should have had in the roster as an unlockable playable character instead of it just being a character that you can only get to fight at and that you can fight against alongside with the alternate version of Fuse Zamasu fusing with Gohan Black. I want both of those versions into the roster. And if they don't add them into the roster, then hey, I'm not going to be mad about it. I'm just going to keep my expectations on a low standard for a reason. Because we all know Hasbro, not Hasbro, we all know that Bandai basically just be playing too much. Like, just give us, like, y'all be listening to stuff that we basically asking for. Just do your job. And we won't have them kind of issues. Just saying. That's what I'm saying. Finally, someone said the same thing. Sorry, I got silent. I was just reading. I was reading my DMs and all that. But I can agree with you that they should have added all the GT characters on there instead of just adding half of the GT characters. Because that just makes zero sense. Just give us all the GT characters. Give us all of them into that game. And I ain't gonna have no issues about it. Because y'all just doing it in a half job style. And that's something that I'm not liking about it. Because I'd be okay with that. If they put all the GT characters and every other character into that final prediction that I'm talking about, then maybe, just maybe, that can get everybody's attention on that. Because we already know it's going to be one person talking bad about Sparking Zero, and I'm not going to say his name. And I ain't going to say his name. Because if I do, he'll might pop up in here and try to start something against me, and I ain't trying to have that. Because trust me, I simply don't care what he has to say. Like they know what they have to do when it comes to these kind of characters. So as long as they do their job and not, you know, mess it up, and I'll be okay about that. Like giving these characters some justice of adding them into the game, I would be okay with that. But refusing to add all the GT characters in the Sparking Zero, that would be diabolical. Oh, sorry about that. I had to send something real quick. But all I'm saying is that they should know what they have to do when it comes to their job. I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna be like everybody else to where they just gonna be acting like crybabies just because they doing a half job. I'm not complaining. Some people are probably just gonna be like, "You sound like you complaining." No, I'm not. I'm just telling the truth. I'm not gonna complain or anything because they know what they should do. And they should add those forms into Sparking Zero. But whether if we're going to be seeing those forms being added on there overall, we'll have to wait and see. Because keep in mind, I would be okay if they were to add them in there. That'd be okay if they were to do that. I would have no problems at all. Because if they don't, then guess what? I'm not going to be mad about it. I'm just going to accept that. And some people are probably just going to be like, but that don't sound like you when it comes to that whole entire thing. Actually, yes, it does. I'm not going to be mad about it. And I'm already reading the post from Summer Game Fest on Instagram where it says that Summer Game Fest will be happening in 3 weeks. Only 3 weeks left until Summer Game Fest. I already have the reminder on, so I'm just gonna be excited about this whole entire thing. So I'm already looking forward to it. Yeah, I can agree about it because the one guy I don't talk about that much goes by the name Lord Paragon. Technically, he's a Dragon Ball hater. He's known to be the biggest Dragon Ball hater in the Dragon Ball community when he doesn't even consider himself as a Dragon Ball fan. He literally does ridiculous stuff. And I already, you know, I'm already going to be making a whole entire, I mean, not entire exposed video, but I'm trying to shut him down for good. I got ways to be able to figure out how to shut him down. Because he always got a problem with every single Dragon Ball game, every single Dragon Ball media, and gotta talk smack about every single Dragon Ball male actor. But if it was a female actor for Dragon Ball content, he would basically just glaze over them. But some of the other stuff I want to talk about of what he basically has done, I don't want to talk about it in here because I'll be afraid of getting demonetized. So I'm not going to do any of that. Just know that he needs to be gone for real because he's basically a cancer. He's a thorn to everybody's side. That's why most people don't like him. I don't understand why some other people like him, but I don't. Because he's a tryhard. And the reason that he calls himself perfection is because of his so-called win streak on Xenoverse 2, known to be a Xenoverse 2 glazer, but now transformed into a hater. Yeah, I can see people complaining about that one though, because in my opinion, it's just in a whole entire odd balance in that whole entire way. Because some people are just like complaining about that whole entire, but to me, I don't complain about that because as many times I've read the Dragon Ball manga since I was a little kid, as many times I read the manga, Goku has had a lot of experience of fighting different kind of people. Gohan had less experience because he was only like 4 years old when he first fought, when he basically, tackled into a real battle. When Goku was a kid, he had real battles, not just from everybody else, but he had battles against the Red Ribbon Army. He had battles against Demon King Piccolo and a whole lot of other people that he has fought in his entire life, all the way until he was a teenager, and all the way to where he is now. Gohan has half of that experience is because he's one of the many type of characters that Toriyama basically had to write on for it. Because considering, keep in mind, Toriyama had a lot of favoritism when it comes to characters, and he had to balance it out that way to make it easier for people to understand what these characters are all about. That's why some people are just trying to say that, oh, Gohan should have won, Gohan should have won. Well, look, it was a balanced fight, and it was an odd fight, in my opinion, but it was balanced at the same time for a reason because, Goku has more experience in battling other people more than Gohan. Gohan has less of that, has less experience, is because of the amount of battles that he basically had to go through with. And I can understand that. Now, see, if it was present Gohan going up against his future self, that would be quite different. That would kind of be okay. That would be quite okay, in my opinion, because his future self would probably lose at the moment because he never had a full experience of surpassing his limits, especially for somebody who has survived 13 years on his own after every single person that he known and loved was killed and had to survive on his own from wilderness to abandoned cities and to everywhere else except for heading back home because he had to do the simple strategy like Piccolo taught him, and I can understand that. Yeah, I can understand all that. I just don't care about the negative people that talk smack about me. But the thing is, people can debate about these kind of things they want to, though. I'm not gonna be mad about it. Say I'm not gonna talk back about this kind of stuff. And the reason why I'm not gonna do it is because I have my standards. I have my standards. I have my expectations on these kind of things. And even if anybody were to talk negative about me, then guess what? I'm not gonna say anything back. I'm just gonna, you know, do my own thing. And if anybody were to hate on me over some, anything that they basically don't like, then guess what? You're gonna hear it from me. And if I want to rant on about it and want to do my own thing about these kind of things, then guess what? I'm not gonna hear it. I don't feel like hearing what people got to say or what they want me to do or what they want to talk bad about. Yeah, Gohan has never trained with angels, and he has never trained with gods or anything like that at all. Considering that Gohan has only fought Beerus, why did I say Beerus? I mean Beer. Wow. Considering that Gohan was one of the many characters to fight Beerus in the Battle of Gods movie, he was one of the many characters to fight Beerus, but he never stood a chance because Beerus was using half. Because when Beerus was fighting the Z fighters, he basically told them that he only was using half of his full power. Because if he was to use his full power while fighting them, they wouldn't stand a chance. That's why he was using half his full power. That was stated from that way. And I was like, you know what, that's highly understandable because Beerus wanted to see what they were capable of. That's why he was able to take all them down that easily. Yeah, but I basically put in the I can agree with you on that one, but I put into my ranking that Goku is the number one strongest when it comes to Z Fighter ranking. Gohan is like the third, would be known to be the half third strongest, excuse me, alongside with Piccolo. Because both of those characters, Piccolo is basically listed to be Toriyama's favorite character when he first created him. Because I can understand why Piccolo is known to be one of the third strong characters in the group. Because not only Piccolo has a good hearing skill and can regenerate, and can also do many other abilities, he also has a strong sense of hearing to where he can hear somebody's conversation from a mile, no matter what it was. That's why he had that strong sense of hearing from when he was listening on to Goku and Trunks having that conversation about the future and all that. That's what's understandable for it, though. Yeah, I can understand they can continue to get stronger because it's stated that Saiyans have no limits, though. That's why I basically that's why into my ranking that Piccolo would be a third strongest, Gohan would be the fourth strongest, and Frieza, since he has a new transformation, this would mark him to be the fifth strongest, though. Because some people are like, what about the second strongest? That's Vegeta. The first strongest would definitely be Goku. Because that's the whole entire balance of it. That's why Vegeta said he has no, reason to be able to use to try to achieve to achieve Ultra Instinct. He prefers doing it his own way, especially for someone who got trained by Beerus. Hey, you know what? I'm not mad about that one, especially when I first read that whole entire thing. I'm not mad about it. Exactly, though. Like, even if I were to put in my own prediction for that fight, I'm just gonna say this to people. There would be no way that she would survive against Goku. Sure, she has some broken abilities, but she wouldn't last a long time against Goku. She wouldn't last that long at all. It's the whole entire truth of it. She would not last that long. Like, people need to put this debate to bed because there'd be no way that she would beat Goku in that Ultra Instinct form because Ultra Instinct, when you're in that transformation, you have a mind of your own to where you basically move faster than anybody else. And you could basically move in a quick reaction speed without even thinking on it. That's what it means to me. But if some people thinking that she can basically beat that version of Goku, she wouldn't be able to last that long to be able to fight against him. She wouldn't last that long because if she were to try to use her gun abilities against him, that's not going to work. It wouldn't work at all. He would just automatically dodge it, or he would just do the Gohan special like he did in the beginning of the Majin Buu saga, which is just grabbing all the bullets with just one hand. Because Goku basically done it before, which was in the Dragon Ball Super show. He only done that once, grabbing somebody's bullet and then tossed it right back at them. Raditz did the same thing. Caught that farmer's bullet, flicked it right back at him. Gohan, on their hand, caught the bullets from that robbery situation and just dropped it down slowly. And then when he basically did it again in the Battle of Gods, when he was dressed up as the Great Saiyan Man, he blocked the bullets with just one finger. Goku, on their hand, he probably just, dodged the bullets. He probably dodged them or just catch them with just one hand like Gohan did, which I can understand that one. But some people still debating about this kind of thing really need to stop. Y'all just really need to stop. Because, in my opinion, there would be no way for y'all to be able to have Kuromi doing that kind of stuff. No. No. Just no. Sorry, I got caught up in doom scrolling. Because it's just amazing how people can still debate about that. Like, that debate just needs to be put to the bed. Like, I could be okay if it was like Broly going up against Goku. I'd be okay with that. Yeah, Black Frieza against Gohan. I can probably imagine that fight. I could probably imagine that fight. I don't know how it would turn out though. But rest assured, I wouldn't even know how that fight would turn out though. Because even though that Gohan does have his grudge against everybody has their grudge against Frieza, including Gohan. I can understand that. Because Frieza has put everybody through hell, and I can understand it. But when Frieza got his ass whooped by Gohan in the Frieza saga, I can understand that quite well. But I can agree with you about putting Frieza in number 4 and putting Gohan in number 5. That would work that way. That's just my top 5 strongest characters though. And Master Roshi, I can say he would be stronger. I say Master Roshi is like stronger than Yamcha, Tien, and Krillin. He's stronger than them. Considering that they're full-blooded humans, Master Roshi has been alive for a very long time, so he knows his limits. He knows his limits though, but he knows how to push past them. Now, I could say the same thing about 17 and 18. Considering that they got wished back into being humans, they also are still androids. They still have that infinite engine on them to where they can have infinite energy. So they don't run out of energy at all. That's the best part about the androids though. Now see if they were to have the Tournament of Power 2, that would be if they were to have the Tournament of Power 2, that would be extremely crazy if they were to have that one. That would be quite crazy if they were to have another one. Because I don't know. It would be too ridiculous. And not to mention that it would basically be, way more different than all the other ones. I mean, than the first one they had. Exactly. They don't do power. They don't know about the power scaling, nor do they don't do their homework or their research. And I researched it. I've researched it while they were talking all that stuff. I researched it, and I basically put it out on Google saying, and I looked it up on Google, and even Google says that Goku would beat Kuromi. I was laughing during that whole entire thing because it said that Goku would beat Kuromi. because Goku has been through so much experience of fighting different villains and learning their weaknesses and stuff like that. Kuromi, she just has a broken ability. She's just too dang on crazy. She doesn't take her time controlling her abilities. So I just I can understand all that because you know it's just ridiculous that people can just say that kind of thing. Exactly. I don't understand why some One Piece fans can't accept the fact that Luffy would just lose to Goku in that form. I'm not a One Piece fan at all. I enjoyed One Piece when it came to those first 5 episodes, but then when they basically were talking about that they want to do 1,000 episodes or something like that, I was like, nope, I'm stopping right there. After I finished episode 5, I was like, nope, I'm stopping right there. I'm done. I'm done with the series. I'm gonna watch Naruto instead. Fuck that. At least Naruto got a good series because they know how to be able to have limitations when it comes to their episodes, and I can respect that. Because Naruto is way more better than One Piece. I'm sorry to say that shit to people, but it's the truth that Naruto is better than One Piece. Because I grew up on Naruto. I grew up on Sword Art Online. I grew up on Soul Eater, and I definitely grew up on Dragon Ball. I grew up on a lot of anime that I got put onto. Because the first anime I've watched when I was a kid was Berserk, the 1997 version, and that one basically opened up my eyes to the world of anime. After I watched that one, that's when my dad put us on to Ranma One Half, which was an old school anime from the 1980s, and that one is a good anime as well. Oh yeah, I could definitely see Universe 7 winning that tournament of power if they were to have another one again. But I would definitely try to figure out who would they have on their team. Because we already know Goku and Vegeta would be on there, alongside with Piccolo, Broly, Gohan. They could have Majub. I mean, they could have Oop on there. They could have 17, possibly 18. I don't know what the last two people would be. I don't know. Excuse me. Rest assured, if they were to have another one, they would probably win. It's plain and simple. Hmm. Hmm. Excuse me. But to be honest, some people just won't accept that. Like One Piece is not even that type of anime I would if I was to basically have kids, if I was to have kids, I wouldn't put them onto One Piece. And if I was to catch them watching One Piece, we gonna have some problems. Cause we not a One Piece family up in here. We not a One Piece family. We a Dragon Ball family. We a Naruto family. We a Sword Art Online family, and we are a Soul Eater family. If you ain't a part of them type of families, then guess what? We gonna have some problems. Cause I grew up watching those anime. I grew up on that stuff. especially Naruto. Can't forget about that. And Dragon Ball. Sure, I never read the I've read a few Naruto mangas back then, but I was more reading on to the Ranma One Half manga, the Dragon Ball Z manga, and the Inuyasha manga. That's another cool ass anime. That's another good anime right there. That's another good anime right there. Because Inuyasha, that's also another good anime. If people have never seen it, because I've seen the original one, and I've seen the final act version, and then I've seen the other one where they have kids in the future. I saw that one. It's really good. Exactly, I can agree on that. Because all I'm saying to people is that if they were to bring Data Life back, please do so. If they don't bring it back, then hey, I'm not gonna be mad about it. I ain't gonna be because I'm not gonna be mad about it. I ain't gonna be throwing chairs or doing any of that kind of stuff. I'm not. I'm just gonna be a calm person. Besides, people should know what I'm all about. Oh, sorry, I went silent. Yeah, I can agree with you on that comment because I was just reading an Instagram post where they talked about how they created that breathing sound for Darth Vader. But also yesterday, I realized that yesterday not only was my nephew's birthday, but it was also George Lucas' birthday, the man that created Star Wars. Even though I couldn't make a post about it, but all I can say is happy birthday to him. But yes, like people just really don't do their research. They don't read. They don't do any of that kind of stuff. They just assume that these kind of characters would be Goku. They always assume that every character can be Goku. Just like that one debate where people were talking about that Saitama can be Goku. I was like, I'm not gonna argue about that anymore because the last person I had a debate with, they basically was having a whole angry fit about it. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna continue this whole entire thing. I'm not gonna continue this debate. Because I was like, I'm not gonna continue that. Exactly. Sure was kind of cool on those first 5 episodes, and then after that, I just stopped watching it after that. I was like, nope, couldn't get into it. Yeah, that's also another good anime as well. I can't lie about that one. because that anime series is also a masterpiece. Alongside with Sword Art Online, that's also another good anime series. Now, Soul Eater, considering that it lasted for about 2 seasons, and I heard the news that it's going to be getting a remake, I would love to see a remake of that. I would love for them to do a remake of Soul Eater. Please give us a remake. I would be okay with that. Because I love Soul Eater. Me and my siblings love Soul Eater though. It's a phenomenal masterpiece. You ain't wrong on that comment. You're not wrong on that one. Because I know some people will probably be like, "Oh, One Piece is better than Berserk." If you say that, not, I would tell people if you ever say that nonsense, you're gonna mess around and find out. Berserk is better than One Piece, considering that Berserk only lasted for about maybe 24 to 25 episodes. It was still one of the best anime you can never go wrong with. But y'all trying to say that One Piece is better than Berserk? Yeah, I better rephrase that line before I start coming after you. Because there's no way y'all can compare One Piece better than Berserk. Y'all are wrong. That's just wrong. Bad opinion. I'm already hearing enough debates as it is. Some people trying to say that Drake is already talking about that he better than Michael Jackson. That's just wrong. That's wrong. Bad opinion. That lets you know that he going a bit too far on these kind of things, and I'm not liking it. Mm. Excuse me. Well, I guess there's nothing else for me to talk about. I basically went through my whole entire rant of conversations and having a good time talking with y'all. But it seems I'm probably gonna have to end the stream because I got some other stuff to finish up on. I've been streaming for about an hour and 7 minutes, so it's basically good talking to every last one of y'all. Thank y'all for all the likes. Thank y'all for support and all this stuff y'all been doing. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I drop a new video, a new stream. Don't worry, I got a new stream. I got a new live stream coming up for y'all this Sunday, so stay tuned for that one. There won't be a stream tomorrow because tomorrow will be Saturday because I have to work on that day. But as always, I love each and every one of you. God bless you. God bless everybody else in your family. God bless America. And I'll see y'all in the next live stream. Peace out and have a good day.